Hello everyone and welcome back to the 2025 PK Scramble Tournament. I'm Jay Tolmar. Today I'm joined by Static Pulse on commentary. How are you doing, Static Pulse?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I am slightly frazzled, but I'm glad that we're getting this race going. We have a double header tonight, and we're starting off with Leslie Pro versus Nanobite, which should be starting in about 30 seconds.
All right. The flags today are teleport anywhere, random any movement, and extended PSI.
Yeah,
So wherever they are, they'll be able to teleport out of the location. Enemies will have random movement, so you can have a tree zoom right at you. And extended PSI, always fun. It shuffles Jeff's the equipment effects as well as every kid's PSI all into shuffle them around and get random ones. So we'll see what Nest starts out with, and here the racers go.
yeah, it should be a lot of fun. These are very popular flags, and we've been doing it for this week so far. We've got quite a few more of them to go, though. That dog is very shuffled movement. It's a zoomy little dog. Um, but yeah, Teleport Anywhere and Extended PSI Shuffle are very popular flags. And I hear that Random Enemy Movement is actually one of Nanobite's least favorites, so hopefully that doesn't bother her too much. Right, so if anyone's not familiar with PK Scramble, please make some noise in chat and we'll give you the whole spiel. Otherwise, we're just going to kind of assume that this is inside baseball. Wow, that dog is really having a time.
Yeah, part of the random movement is also the speed at which they move, right? So even if they have diamond-like movement, they can still be pretty crazy.
No, it's just the usual ones. There's no changes. I think there might be more than one diamond type movement possible. I think bats and the other ones are slightly different, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it changed the speed or not.
I'm pretty sure it always sets it to. I don't remember if it's always bat or always diamond, but it's one of the two. I think it's always diamond. If it's doing the zigzag. So if that's different from crow and bat, then that is it. But I think it's just always the same. It just feels like a lot when anything bigger than a diamond is doing it. And there's also some movement types that you just very rarely see that can be quite surprising. There's a present type movement which you only see on presents, but then there's also the vibrate in place briefly and then do the present movement extremely fast, which is in this pool, but that's just a handful of enemies do that in vanilla, so that one can really catch you off guard. Badge.
Yeah, there's a wide variety of movement you gotta watch out for, otherwise the enemy might sneak up on you. And for our starting PSI location, we have both Dalam and Winners. So we have a kid check and a regular check over in Winners.
Yeah, I definitely would be checking out Dalam, which seems to be what Nano's doing. That is that's on Nano trying to teleport Alpha out of there. I think Dr. Swellman could do that, and maybe not many other people. Um, yeah, it's easier to teleport out here. Still saves time to go do it over this way. And there is a setup in Liar's room. I think you just tuck your nose into the corner and then walk over to the right.
Yep, I demonstrated it in the race last night. You just have to walk in that nook right below the door, then move to the right, and then it's a free beta teleport it right out.
Nice. I actually still haven't seen the last two nights' games. I don't even know who won. So I need to catch up very soon. So
It
that I
was
can
it
update
was
from
really
the
close,
brackets.
14 seconds of difference.
14 seconds of difference. Okay, then don't tell me. It'll be a good race to watch. All right, so we've got a Paula. Always good to see Paula.
Yep, we got Paul and Dalam and a lot of bills in the library. I don't know who tucked it back in there.
Water bills plus police badge is another kid check if you can defeat the cops.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the seed is pushing them to move toward Tucson. Yeah, Paula, which grants another check in Tucson more than the one traditionally available. Oh, another early signed banana, I see.
There's been a lot of them over the last week. Or at least there was one of the last ones at least that I saw.
Yeah, maybe we'll have another fourth side.
Yeah, Foresight's fun. It's very open. I'm always looking forward to seeing the back half of the game too. Anything past Foreside is a little more rare in Scramble. I think past Summers especially is very rare. And Leslie's got his Paula.
Yep, they're all about synced up here. We'll see what they do next, whether they try the arcade or go right for the cops.
Yeah, I think... I don't know. Arcade is a shorter check, and there is a little bit of a hint. So that would be my instinct. These first check levels can be really tricky, just because the difference in a handful of stat points makes a big difference.
Oh, looks like we have a nightmare in the arcade.
Yeah, and a fry pan in the box. So this should be very low level. And super low level nightmare is actually not that big of a deal.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see, since Nightmare will have whatever Ness gets as part of his PSI, so we'll get a quick peek at what Ness is rocking today.
That's a good point. We haven't actually seen it from any of the people. We haven't really seen a combat that lasted more than a split second. So we'll find out soon.
Yep, and I might doing the check on Skate Punk here.
Leslie just went into the menu and checked with Flash and Thunder. Looks like Ant first.
Oh, Flash and Thunder. That's not
Yeah, we're definitely... Thunder is actually pretty good here with 4 enemies. A very high chance to hit something. Auto Fight's also good. This is a super early check.
Yeah, they should be able to bash it out. Nightmare could potentially be an issue if he has an AoE move of some kind. Fire, Starstorm, or Rockin' might make things a little tricky here, especially with Paula's low HP. Oh, we got neutralized.
So neutralize A is shield killer, which can miss, but you can't just keep trying.
Yep. Oh, that was... Let's see. That looked like Rocket. Oh no, it's Bomb. I see his splash damage.
Good eye, I completely missed it. Bomb is kind of fun to have. So it's kind of a mixed blessing, because whatever you get on Ness, you're not going to get on anyone else who's better at using PSI. But Bomb Alpha is nice and reliable and low PP, so that's a good fit for Ness.
Yeah, as far as options for Ness, it kind of depends a lot on whether you get other kids early or not. I do find that Rocket can be difficult to use on Ness simply because he's really slow. Thunder can also be really rough if you're solo Ness for a while, since that kind of shuts off having PSI as an option to deal with single bosses or single hard enemies. It's very unreliable.
I'm sorry, which one did you say was Thunder?
Yeah, Thunder can be unreliable, especially in a solo kid scenario.
Yeah, and if you actually want Thunder, Ness is a bad choice for it too, because he just learns PSI pretty slowly. It's not as bad as having Thunder in the Flash slot, where Ness just takes a billion trillion years to learn anything. But if you need Thunder and Ness just has Alpha, you're probably not going to actually hit anything with that.
Yeah, Bomb is good for a while. It's a good about 100 damage, and you get some splash damage on enemies, so it's very good at taking out easier low-leveled enemies, even with the splash damage.
Yeah. And it's not taking one of the really big ones like Starstorm or Rockin' off the board for Paula and Pooh to have. Alright, and we have Divergence. Nanobite's going for the cop check. If she gets through this, I think she'll have an advantage, but of course it's always possible to wipe on these. These look like very easy cops, so I think this is probably the right play for Nano.
Yeah, thankfully, at least so far, it seemed like either way was a decent choice. It doesn't seem like it's scaled up too much either way.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be, having a hard time here. The only advantage here is that Nano will probably have the giant step enemies running away from her whenever she loops back to it.
Yeah, now is the mole there, is that Guardian Digger? That color one's Guardian Digger.
I think that's Guardian Digger. Guardian Diggers are gray and Mondo Mole is brown, I think. But it could be the other way around.
I think so. I'm colorblind, so sometimes it's a little hard for me to see. Guardian Digger could be difficult if Ness does not have bombs, since it starts by default with a power shield before we reflect physical attacks. If Ness doesn't have PSI to use, he's got bombs, so this should be fair. Oh, and we also see that the third Starstorm.
Yeah, you like to see
it. So this should be, yep.
Yeah, there's nothing. And we've got Starman Jr., who's actually one of the scarier bosses in the game, but PSI Bomb is a really good fit for it. And
Yeah,
Starstorm is also there. Yeah.
yeah, but Starstorm and Bomber don't have an element attached to them, so they don't have to worry about the damage being
Yeah.
lowered by Storm Engineer's fairly high resistances.
Yes,
So it makes
95% resist everything, as high as it goes.
Yeah, running into him early can be very difficult because he's just throwing PSI at you, and there's not much you can do to defend against it. If you're like a solo Ness against him early, it can be a bit of a wall.
Yeah. Thankfully, none of the enemies bosses in this are consistently super walls like they are in some randomizers. It used to be that Ness's Nightmare was just always bad in whatever slot, but we've had the scaling on this be pretty solid for years now.
Hmm.
No Magimaster. I don't know if they fixed Magimaster. I haven't looked at Worlds Collide in over a year.
It's interesting here that we see Nanobite and Leslie. Well, Leslie probably has no other options, but seeing Nanobite go back for the early sync here rather than moving on to Tucson is an interesting choice.
Yeah, I definitely would have went for continuing on. This does save her teleport. I also noticed that she is using teleport dodges in this cave more than Lizzie was. It's very
Yeah, it
easy to
could be
forget that you can do that in this flag set. I certainly was not thinking of it.
yeah, and
Really
getting
good
some
Janky
very good
Green Swell
greens.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling Leslie might have been taking fights to get levels, possibly. Getting that first PSI on Ness can be very useful.
Yeah, and I think that's like if you're going to Giant Step first, you should definitely be getting those levels there. That's like the advantage of Giant Step first. Looks like Nano decided to take a fight here when there's a whole bunch of slugs and she has Starstorm as well.
Yeah, that was made for a pretty quick fight.
Yeah. Leslie's got the mole fight too. Doing the same strat should be pretty easy. And I think Leslie is a little bit ahead now.
Yeah, it looks like it. They'll get started on going to Tucson here pretty soon. Nanobite won't be too far behind. Thankfully, the boss here is pretty easy, so there shouldn't be any trouble for her.
Yeah, it's just Starman Jr. Looks like she's gonna just auto fight it out. Auto fight is really good when a boss is lower level than you, but it kind of depends on how long their attack animations are, because it will take more turns, so just be quicker turns. And if they have slow attack animations, then more turns isn't really that much quicker.
Yeah, if you're hitting for pretty hard, then auto fight can be pretty worth it.
I was about to call
might
out
have been a
that Leslie Bro
little.
skipped the mice, but then I remembered it's teleport anywhere.
Yes.
Sorry, you were saying something.
Um, yeah, I was saying auto fight, particularly for like early sinks, can be very nice since with your good equipment, it can be pretty quick, much faster than menuing for PSI. Although they were early enough that it's possible menuing for before Bomb and Starstorm might have had enough damage output to beat the auto fight. But either way, she made it through, so no harm, no foul.
Right, and LP going straight into the clumsy robot. If one of these neutralizes lands, then Bomb will work very well on him. But it will take a few. I think this is a luck-based check, so it should be about 50-50, a little worse than 50-50.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Of course, 50-50 doesn't mean 2 tries. It means,
If only it were that easy.
a painful number of tries.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ness doesn't have the PP here to be using Neutralize Alpha too much.
Yeah, it looks like Ness is also stuck healing. This might not end up going well here. I don't know if it's just bad luck or the robot is high level.
The rockets are doing decent damage. It looked like. I'm not sure if it's so high scale that it's impossible for them to win here.
Yeah. Robot is
it might
very
be they just
random when it's close too, just because its speed stat's so high. Bashes always miss.
Yeah, it might just be a case they need a weapon upgrade or even just a full night's rest so they can just spam out the shield right away. Yeah, even with the shield gone now, well, Paula's unfortunately down and
Yeah.
Ness has no way to take advantage of the down shield.
Yeah, finally got through, but no PP and no HP left. And Nano's on to the meme call. Looks like be a goldfish. Don't know what that means. Be a goldfish, everyone.
Yep, early meme call. We're going good here, and then we'll see here what Apple Kid has shortly.
Looks like Leslie's picking up stuff for that. It's a UFO engine, so nice chain of checks, and Nano's not even going to bother with Clumsy.
Yeah, it's not too bad to come back later, particularly with a robot there. As you mentioned before, he's really fast, which can make physical attacks sketchy.
Yeah, definitely.
Nanobite leaving, maybe they're... Nope.
That was just a missed input. The doors in this game are unforgiving sometimes. We got a water bills. The bat situation's not very good here. I just saw Leslie Pro picked up a T-ball bat, and that was an upgrade. We're a little far into the seed for that to be good.
Yeah, here's hoping we find some better stuff in 3. There's a couple of chests. There's like 3, 4 chests in the overworld you can peek. One of them quite near where the bus drops you off. Another one a little more out of the way, but definitely might not be a bad idea to take a look at those and see if there are repels or other equipment.
Yeah.
Particularly early on, getting a good bat for nests can be quite a difference maker.
Yes, absolutely. The Sandlot bat is a weirdly big jump for the early game. And also there's the one, teleporting hippie. Gotta point that out. The box in the top right is really easy to get to after you pick up the kid. There's also a locker over here.
Although I have a feeling they might skip it because they have the UFO engine. They might just grab the kid and head out to some.
I think they probably would. It doesn't make much sense to go out unless you're going out of there.
Although chat gets to play our favorite game of who is on the kid check. We've had some interesting kids show up through the races here.
I think it's going to be Average Red. How about you?
I'm thinking it might be Teddy Bear.
I think it's probably actually Jeff, but it'd be cool if it was Average Red.
Maybe we can see a new option in the future where Jeff is replaced by Everdred. I mean, Everdred can steal just like Jeff, right? Basically the same person.
Sorry for the commercial break, everyone. I have Twitch Turbo now, and apparently it did not work.
Well, we don't want to see what happens at a hotel. It's not suitable for all audiences.
We don't want to find out who the kid check is either. We could stall longer and wait for Leslie Pro's version of it.
All right, well, we'll see if Leslie Pro goes after any of the overworld chests here. There's an equipment chest right by that drugstore. Might not be a bad idea to take a look at it before heading up.
That's a very popular chest, except for people who just started playing Scramble and have done a lot of racing, and to know that in vanilla that's just garbage. It's a stun gun.
Stun gun.
It's kind of like just garbage.
Yeah, they already had one, so
just
might be a bad idea to just pawn it off. It's not a bad idea to hang on to a gun just in case they get Jeff. Guns are pretty high in attack power, and having a good gun can make Jeff pretty useful, even just for auto attacking. And we see his item is the flare.
That's a pretty good item. That's the bottle rocket slot, and it's a fire. All right, and there is a boo in here.
The good news is that Pooh has access to Starstorm, same as Paula. So although his PP isn't too high, he'll still be able to. It's exiting to go to Dalam. Interesting.
Yeah, that is odd. I would definitely be taking that UFO engine here.
And you can get back in the room even if you teleport out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. It's the kind of thing that I fixed so long ago that it's like, I don't remember doing it, but I would have fixed that a really long time ago.
And nanobite going back for the robot. Now with 2 kids who can thunder, this might work a little better. Pooh's not going to be too useful for doing physical damage quite yet. He starts out fairly weak, but they should be able to take that shield down really quick.
Yeah.
Thunder Alpha miss though.
Kind of a odd set of PSI to use there. With you can just bash the shield down by using a bunch, but mixing a thunder in there doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It would have been a little more efficient just to go right for the Star Storm. Oh,
Yep. But the shield is down, so now PSI will work, and hopefully, yeah, there you go.
yep. And clumsy the robot fell over.
And meanwhile, Leslie just murdered a mole and got accosted by a tough guy. Rare encounter.
Yeah, those don't show up very often on the beach. Even in vanilla, they're pretty rare.
Yeah, they're rare in vanilla, and they are 40% less likely here. Carrot key over here. That is going to be useful.
Yep, we have access to Dalam, so we have a good reason to go back there. We have both the moose spot as well as the sank we can do, and then whatever Pooh happens to be holding. I'm not sure if anybody checked that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, wow, there's a lot of people, a lot of enemies on the beach
Something
today.
on the beach just went zooming by, and I did not see what it was.
I think it was a cop.
Oh no.
Careful about those zoomy cops.
Right, Nano's going for the meditation sequence first. Yeah, so significant divergence at this point. They're both going to be picking up different teleport checks.
Taking the Summers, yeah, going the Summers route versus Moose spot. We'll see which one gives a redundant teleport.
Hopefully neither of them. It's a little early in the seed to start hitting too many redundant teleports.
I don't know. Sometimes Summers just doesn't pan out a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I know it's all random.
Yeah, some of them can be more likely to. Like if, I think Tender Village and Saturn Valley are a little more likely to be memes, just because they're a little more likely to be later in the seed, and later in the seed is definitely more likely to be a useless teleport.
All right, from the Moose spot we have Happy Happy.
That's pretty useful.
And that is another Sanctuary available, so we're up to 3.
Yeah, moving pretty quickly. It looks like Nano is going to go straight for the Sanctuary, and just kind of using whatever items to half heal. Foresight. Oh, that's a lot of stuff.
And yep,
that's a
and we have this fine banana.
Yeah. So both runners are at 3 sanctuaries available right now, but they are different ones. We don't have a Saturn Valley access or meteorite piece, so 4 Sanguine is not yet possible.
Correction, we do have 4 Sanks available right now, actually. Giant Step, Carrot Key, Cyan Banana, and Happy Happy Village.
Yeah, neither runner has.
But we still looking for that meteorite piece, though. Yes.
Yes. Also, both of them have 3. It's just different 3.
Yes, you're correct. They had.
Yeah. LP doesn't have the carrot key, and Nano does not have Foresight.
Oh, don't go down that middle hole.
Yeah, always just use the furthest away one. That's the rule here, and that's the rule in Lumine Hall as well.
Ooh, these rats are hitting hard. I'm not sure Auto Battle is the way to go here.
Yeah, Auto Battle will just keep healing colds too. That's a lot of buffs.
Oh, Nanobite taking some KO on Paula there.
Yeah, I missed exactly what happened, but it doesn't look like either of these sanctuaries are being particularly easy.
Yeah, bomb sweeps them up though.
Yeah, I think it's just the lack of any good offense items is just kind of making it hard to do anything without PSI.
I see the poo item was also zombie paper. We might have 3 tunnel along the way.
Zombie paper would mean that we have Silent Valley access. So that does make the Vagus clear a little more possible. Still need that meteorite piece.
Yeah, if we're lucky, one of these multiple items that have opened up might even be fly honey, which would
Yep.
let us get 5 sinks for a magic hand finish. Unfortunately, it looks like nanobite might be taking a KO here.
Yeah, that looked a little bit out of whatever the... Oh, fourth sank over here. I missed what it was on Nanobite's side. But yeah, that looked a little bit past the scaling they're expected to be, and also just kind of like Nano had Paula down, using resources to get in there. Probably not the easiest one. Death Warp back to here is not so bad. She can go take up that trip to Summers.
Yep, she can pick up the items all along the way too. Not a bad idea. Oh,
Yep.
Stu taking Mortal over on Leslie's side.
Everyone's having a bad time. This is not a bad fourth sank boss. Like, there's only so much that being hit really hard every second turn can do to you.
Unfortunately, it looks like he's run out of PP to do much.
And not bashing for very much either.
Unfortunately, he's in a similar position to Nanobite, where they just don't have the PP to take out these
So that
bosses,
was...
especially since their suite of PP, not PP, but their suite of PSI is a little more on the expensive side, particularly for Paula too.
Yeah, I did notice that LP got a PP restore from Prey while Paula was dying, used the PP from that via autofight to heal Paula, and then got to keep going. So that was pretty clutch, but it doesn't look like it's going to be clutch enough to get this all the way through.
No, not keeps missing like that. 8 damage, not enough.
Yeah, they
Let's
just
see Pro
need some
take
better
KO.
weapons. I think this is time to go visit the department store.
Honestly, I agree with you. The department store can be a pretty good place to grab some decent equipment, especially if none has even shown up. They do have some other options, possibly quicker options. The Sailor Shop in Summers had the very, very good Saturn coin, Mr. Saturn coin, which for $1,000 provides very good defense score, much more than other coins and more expensive coins around that same scaling. They also have options in Happy Happy as well as Dusty Dunes if they want to walk all the way out to the desert.
Yeah, there's also the expensive shop in Summers, which is like the department store, has plus levels.
Yeah, that's also an option if they happen to have some good money. It looks like Nanobite has a couple thousand in the ATM,
That's
2,000.
actually not that much. So that would
I'm
be...
not checking the store though.
Yeah, maybe she's already planning on going to that expensive one. Definitely feel like both of them are pretty undergeared at this point.
Yep, and Nanobite and Leslie Pro now completing each other's other teleports, so they'll learn that they have 4 sanctuaries available now.
Yep. So both are meteorite piece away from go mode at this point. Well, as soon as Nano does this check, they will be.
Yeah, so the interesting thing is, do you do checks in the hopes of stumbling upon the meteorite piece, or do you head to Saturn Valley first and get the hint?
That's a good question, because going to Sound Valley this route is pretty slow, and like if it turns out to be easier to do 5 sank this seed, that's quite a waste. Alright, looks like LP is going to be checking this shop, see if there's anything here. Really? Oh, Sandlot Bat. In its vanilla location. This is really deep to just be finding a Sandlot Bat, but that is still...
Yeah, it's very interesting. I guess it's possible that this sank is second sank unless I didn't look at what Pink Cloud ended up being. It's possible Logic might have. Oh, pack of bubblegum. That's fifth sank.
There we go. Alright, so good to check this instead of going to Sand Valley. I think Tessie Ride, while being a little slow, is not as slow as doing 3 Tunnel.
No, at this point, I'd be thinking about skipping 3 tunnel altogether and just
Oh, yeah.
teleporting right into a cult there. All right, well, we'll see what our racers do. They, as far as other quick options, it's not necessarily quick. They could walk to the mines and see what's available there. If they're feeling spicy, they could walk in and maybe come out with some good stuff.
Yeah. Looks
There's
like
the department
Nanobite's going to be
store.
doing some thievery. Which...
Oh, Leslie Pro hitting the hitting that
Slow
magic.
butterfly.
On the plus side, Frank's should be a pretty easy fight here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some good damage from Paula.
It does look like Frank's not very high scale, so that makes sense that the... I don't remember when they got here, but it makes sense that it's just a Sandlot bat here, if this place is that easy.
Yeah, both of them now going into Lilliput.
Yeah, nice little bit of convergence.
And by taking time to organize all the brain foods they took.
This mole overworld AI is very funny to me. It's like pretty close to the original, but just slower.
Let's see if some good teleport dodges here.
That was pretty nice. Oh, bear. That's present movement.
Oh. Yep, just catching the kid in the back there.
Watch out for those sliding bears. Don't know. Oh, Bad is
Oh,
just
Bat.
another slow enemy.
Oh, just a single enemy though, shouldn't be too bad.
It's interesting it's a single enemy. I don't know if there's a bat only spawn plate over here.
Oh, no, no, open the menu. Oh, also a single bat still, even though 2 was chasing him.
Very odd.
Oh, Leslie taking a bonk on the mall, going for a green swirl.
Copper bracelet. Which is... Okay, this is third sank.
Third. Alright, third sank. Guardian General, though, this shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, kind of the biggest joke boss there is. Guardian General ends up in a sank spot, ends up with 3 times the regular HP scaling, and it is not enough.
Nanobite going for an auto battle, but only doing about 30 per round, even though Guardian General himself doesn't seem that dangerous. It's going to take a while.
Yeah, just like hacking down a tree. But
There
not
we
as
go.
threatening of a tree as the actual trees in this game.
No, he doesn't explode, so that helps. That is 2 sanks for Nanobite.
Sure is, and soon for Leslie Pro as well. They're pretty close together. I'm kind of curious where they're gonna head next.
Yeah, the sanks were pretty. The other sanks were pretty rough, so I wonder if they're going to try and find equipment or just go right back now that they have full heal. Just try and take down those bosses. Nanobite heading to Threed. Oh, good to put down the zombie paper. Yeah, she's thinking Gygus.
That's very interesting. They have 5 sanks. Oh, did she do the cap and check? Does she have 5 sanks?
Yes, I did see the bubblegum in her inventory.
Interesting. Yeah, must be thinking Gygus.
I will say that one thing that can trip me up is when is if you rely on your tracker, sometimes if you don't keep up with it, you can forget you have certain items available. You see Leslie Pro going the bubblegum route now, looks like.
Yeah, I think this is 5th Sank, so this could be pretty rough.
Yeah, that's a curious play here, especially since got booted out of I think fourth sync not too long ago. I guess he's feeling pretty confident in his levels at PSI right now.
Yeah, I mean, if he does get through it, getting through 5th Sank means you'll have plenty of levels and just be able to blast through the rest of them. So, could pay off.
Yeah, he'll be set up pretty well if he can make it through. Also, I don't believe they have the pencil eraser, so maybe he's hoping to score some chests in Dungeon Man.
Could be. Also can be, like, just surprisingly beaten by a worthless protoplasm, because this will be pretty high level.
Yep, the other enemy shouldn't be a problem, but the duck actually might be a problem depending on how mines are scaled. Um,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, the protoplasm could be a problem if it's high scale and you can't take them down before they all start calling for help.
Protoplasm scaling is pretty funny, because it's also, like, the boss of Bogey Percent. Not really, but a little bit. And that's a solo that you would normally encounter them first. So with 3 kids, you end up with higher HP scaling.
Mhm. Oh, Paul is down on Nanobite's side. These zombies are pretty rough.
Huh. Yeah, just 3 tunnel
Yeah, his
is
dashes
always.
are only doing like one to that dog.
That dog is doing like 80 on its attacks. This is not a nice place to be. I'm kind of surprised it's this bad. But again, they still, neither runner has found any good gear, so I guess
Yeah, it's
just.
possible the logic is expecting this area to be like the last thing you do,
That's very.
potentially, which is
Yeah, it's very possible that this is the last thing before Gygas.
see Nanobite making a decision, thinking Forside, oh, going to Delam, maybe going to try Pink Cloud again.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
done stuff since then. It wasn't that, like, it was kind of close, right? Like, this should be pretty reasonable. Even when
yeah,
she
the,
first
the
came
only
in.
real issue was she didn't have the PP necessary to get through. Also, Paula was down.
Yeah,
So as long as she can make it back in relatively good shape, then should be pretty simple to get through here. Pokey should be worth a lot of EXP. Should be good to go.
yeah, definitely. Though the enemies were, the reason why she ended up with so low Oh yeah, she's just in a much better spot. Never
Yep,
mind.
yep.
Yeah, that should be much smoother. Alright, so on LP side, we did see that the Worthless Protoplasm was pretty mean, and then this duck, if it is also pretty mean, then Mines is deeper in logic than this. But I couldn't really tell from that.
I couldn't either. It did seem like it took a little while to bash down. It might not necessarily be within the 4 sync logic. Um,
Okay, and we have another Worthless Protoplasm. Yeah, just blow that up. You don't want calling for its friends.
yeah, and there's plenty of full heals around this area, so going all out on this worthless protoplasm isn't a problem.
Yeah, definitely. Right, and Nano has the refight of this Sank boss. Much better position to be doing it this time. Hopefully it goes a little more smoothly.
Yeah, I think they're pretty well positioned to win here. Pokey's not doing that much.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
she just got through.
Yeah. And there's tasty levels.
Did that bat teleport?
It did.
Hmm.
I don't know how that didn't result in a battle, but oh,
Oh,
oh, teleport right into back attack.
bat attack.
Oh,
Unfortunately for the
yeah.
enemies, they wasted their surprise attack just stunning people who already
It
weren't
was
dead
a
in
very
time.
surprising. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Okay, Nanobite has another sanctuary on the board. Now at 3, I believe.
I think that's right. And she's gonna go
And now she's
find.
going
Yep.
for 4.
Find out that
We'll
4 is
see if
surprisingly mean this seed too.
Yep. Unfortunately, Paula went down on Leslie's side. Probably will. Oh, using the life noodles.
And Nano is using a teleport to skip paying for the museum.
Oh man, I didn't even think of that. I'll have to remember that for next time.
What a scofflaw.
It'll be interesting to see if Nanobite remembers they have the bubble gum after completing the sank. Oh, that's a lot of mice.
Yeah, if she does, then I mean, 5 sank just seems much easier than I guess through 3 tunnel to me.
Yeah, that 3 tunnel was rough. I wouldn't. I would definitely be thinking like, I'd rather deal with winners, even if it's long.
Yeah, like, the biggest problem with 5 sank winters is the Tessie cutscene, and it's just not as big of a deal. Oh, Diadem of Kings, it's pretty handy. Actually, very useful for a Gygas fight if you want to go that route, which I really doubt Leslie Pro's gonna do.
Ooh, unfortunately, Nanobite got really possessed in that last battle. Two of her kids are now possessed. Looks like they. Oh, okay. They were just doing teleport for fast movement.
Yeah, it looks like she just decided to put in that extra menu to teleport to Foreside in case she messes up, so that you don't have to teleport twice to get back to where you are. And LP is not taking the safety heal, just going straight into what I think is 5 sank boss, but didn't see.
Yeah, it was Sync 5, and we have Captain Strong here. He can hit
Biggest,
hard, but that's about all he can do.
yeah,
So,
those melee only bosses are really kind of what you want to see when you're at the end of whatever logic you're doing. As it does scale, but it's just hitting one kid is not that big of a deal.
no, not at this level. The only thing we have to he has to really worry about is if he runs out of PP before he wins. Might be fine.
66 damage.
Oh, but Paula just survives.
Very nice. You want her getting
One.
those extra experience points. A second possession on Nanobite's side. You don't like to see that.
Yeah, thankfully it's just Frankenstein, so as long as the ghosts aren't too bad. Oh, ouch, that really hurt.
Yeah, Frankenstein does hit pretty hard.
I think
The
that was the little ghost
yeah,
that
the
got a
little
smash.
yeah, the little ghost hit pretty hard. That sounds like Ness just doesn't have any defense items. 'Cause I think
I
that's about what damage they
so.
do.
Oh, Lovely Pro getting scared away from these bears right outside. Heading back in to reset their positions. Oh, Leslie Pro gets Hawkeye from the lab. Unlikely to be useful, but still got it.
I really would hope that that's not useful at this point. That would have to be some very bizarre things happening.
You would have to get a teleport direct to Deep Darkness for that to be even remotely useful, and
And
also
like
find a book somewhere.
bizarrely hard Gygas and Magicant somehow.
Okay, I believe that's 4 Saints for Nanobite. They might pick up Maxwell's item here. Not a
Oh,
key to the cabin.
it's Jeff.
Jeff, if they want him. Leslie Pro heading to the desert, it looks like. Nanobite heading, going to pick up Jeff, actually. Jeff should spawn with a pretty good rocket type weapon in his inventory, so that should be a flare of some kind.
That's a good point. It's not quite the vaporize the boss that a multi-bottle rocket will be, but it should be a fire gamma. I think this is deep enough that it should be one of those. You do get the long pokey fight.
Leslie Pro opting for the mines. I did not see what was on offer.
I wasn't even looking. I wasn't even expecting that.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the play is here. Maybe they're looking for equipment. Oh,
Long throw traps. I
meteorite.
think it's
Long
meteorite.
throws to
That
meteorite.
makes sense. Though, having done, I
Although is
think
he?
5th sank, you probably should just go for a 5 sank.
Yeah, they already did the long sank, which would be my trepidation to going 5 sync was if I already had the other 4. I'm like, well, do I really want to do winners versus going, heading over to Saturn Valley?
Yeah, pink cloud
Um,
and sewers should be pretty quick. And this mines also looks really mean.
and Ness is down. Pooh is poisoned but survives.
Yeah, looks not very tenable at this point. I would be bailing or just going into loot mode and then bailing.
Oh, the secret herb revival coming through.
It does work 75% of the time, though it feels like it works 25% of the time.
Nanobite going back to 3, still thinking Gaius. Oh, or opting for winners now.
All right.
All right, we're going to
Realize that
see the
she has
5
5
sync
sync.
play.
Yeah, 4 kids should be pretty easy to do. Did she
Oh
have?
no, Trillian's
Yeah, she has
proud.
five,
Oh
4
no.
syncs now. Ooh, trillionage deep into the seed. You don't want to see that.
Oh. Trillianage was one of my least favorite bosses, especially late in the seed. He has all sorts of nasty status effects for you to deal with.
Looks like.
Thankfully, those Leery eyes did not work.
Yeah, it looked like it was the icky eyes scaling of it, which is a paralysis. So still pretty bad.
And there's 5 of them to go through, so you get. I'll have to just put up the psychic shield.
Yeah,
Or
was that
it
was that
Yep.
Trillionage's first move? Well, it doesn't really matter. It looks like so thank you, getting hit it anyway. Due to the deshuffled boss scripts, every boss in Mole Cave is going to open with the same attack. So if it's a Mushroom Eyes or Eerie Eyes or something, then you're gonna have to deal with that 5 times.
Yeah, Leslie Pro deciding to head on out. Not a bad idea. That Trillianage was not going down, especially with Paula being confused, and he didn't have an option for bashes. The bashes were not doing enough. Heading back to Tucson, he did take out the robot, right? No, he didn't.
Nope.
Oh wow.
What was the item behind Robot?
Everdred had Carrot Key.
Oh yeah. So
Oh,
LP didn't know that this
that's
was
why
fourth
he
sync
did
already.
winners.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why he was doing winners. Okay.
Yeah, I totally didn't realize that he didn't have 4 syncs already.
Oh, got the early thunder hit on Robot. Can go right into nuking him down with Starstorm and Bomb.
Yeah, should
Oh,
be.
we got a testing break in progress.
Another torch break from Nano. I'm gonna have to yell at Twitch because I paid them money to not have that.
That is unfortunate. We interrupted the most important part of the race. Was the Tessie song?
Yeah, everyone get your Tessie emotes in chat because otherwise we won't get to see enough Tessie.
Maybe this is why the Tessie watchers can never find Tessie.
There's an ad break on the lake. A fog bank rolls in and starts trying to sell you chips.
Well, Tessie got to make that money somehow.
Yeah, that's right. Tessie is sponsored by chips. Not any specific brand, just the concept of chips.
All right, now that Leslie Pro has the Carrot Key, and they've already gone to Sign Banana, didn't make it through. They should be well on their way to getting that 5 sync requirement now.
Yeah, is this 4th sync for LP? I don't think he did sewers.
He did not manage sewers. You should have Giant Step, Lilliput, and
Rainy Circle.
Winter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rainy
I
Circle.
can never remember which one's which between Rainy Circle and Milky Well. Somehow I pulled it that time. Oh, just getting through those enemies with a green swirl. That's good, because they were really mean earlier.
Yep. Here we go. Nanobite not having a great time in the caves, it looks like.
Never go into the caves.
Yeah, thankfully there's plenty of full heals around, so as long as they get through... Oh, good time to teleport. Get right.
I was worried she was going to teleport too far and actually teleport.
Yep. Oh.
Whoa, it's a couple life noodles.
Out of there.
That's an interesting one. Do you actually use that, or do you go to the instant revitalizer and the save?
Leslie Pro opted to use the life noodles there, having a similar situation. Oh no.
Oh no, no.
Yeah, if you're gonna head to the if you're thinking of just heading to the revitalizer, you may as well just use your PSI and get through all the enemies here, since you're just gonna get it right back.
Yeah. I think that might be what she's thinking, given that that's what she's doing. Looks
Oh,
like she's.
going up to check the chest here.
No one ever goes up
Just
there.
the vitamin. Interesting.
Looks like it was a
Usually
capsule
I,
and a
but
lot of
yeah,
enemies. I
yeah.
think
Usually
it's
if I'm interested in that, I'll just peek it from
the other side.
from the boss edge.
Yeah, I think it's actually a pretty good idea now that the ropes are fast, which they've been for quite some time. Oh, you could have totally just ran from that. I know.
Yeah, you could have teleported past
Oh,
them,
alright,
but
she's going
hey, it
for
was a
the
very
actual
easy
fight.
despawn. All right, getting the good news. It's just a
It's just
Mr.
Wrist
Strong
Loser.
here.
Yeah. Well, she's got
Got the using the
toothbrushes.
naval flare.
Naval Flare is the strongest flare. This Fire Gamma, which is not as strong as MBR.
Only 230, but hey,
Yeah, I mean, it's more
better than
than
what everybody else
Jeff
is
was going to
doing.
do with whatever pea shooter he has equipped.
Might have a stun gun if he's lucky. Leslie Pro on his fourth sank. Now probably going to head back to four side. Nanobite finishing her fifth sank.
Should have Magic Ant soon.
Yeah, given the current state of
Do you go to Agnes Lab here and pick up that item in the hopes that you get 6 sanks somehow? Is there one available?
I would only go there if I were looking for Franklin badge at this point.
That makes sense. Um, I don't think there's a sank available with just one item. There are some with just one teleport.
You could get jar of fly honey.
Oh,
That's
that
basically our only option.
okay. That doesn't count. I mean, you're correct, but geez, that would not be a good one to do.
Yeah, the only way we can get a teleport would be to turn in the meteorite piece. That would probably be the quickest one. Otherwise, they could try and find a monkey imitation somewhere and do monkey cave.
Okay, pendants in the pendant shop. Either the gear scaling on this was all really low, or the shops have run out of higher level stuff to give, and we're just getting backfill items. That's the thing that can happen in PK Scramble. All the items are in a pool. It gives you the best item that it can at the level of the area that you're in as it goes through the logic. And when it runs out, that means that maybe it just the best item is one that it skipped over earlier. So sometimes you'll have like kind of a dip backwards in item quality.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even know that.
It happens mostly with gear because that's a limited quantity, so you don't just have 300 yo-yos. And it happens mostly in shops because those get a second shot at every item as well, so they have lots of backfill. Electro Shoes is pretty mean. Oh, 200 damage.
2 kids down.
That is rough.
Yeah, they had to. Still going for the chest here. Not a bad idea since he should be pretty big league bat.
She's got that big
okay,
league bat.
that's offense.
Yeah, the seed is fixed. That is a little. It's a little low item scaling, but I definitely think we're in backfill land here for why those items weren't so good.
Yeah, I probably would have tried to teleport back to Magic Hand. It would have been a little faster than walking. Might be checking the other present on the left side.
I think you're right. And
or
using the
look
hotel.
for the hotel.
Might not know
The
or
hotel
remember
only
that Ness's mom here is a full heal for some reason. They did not have to code her to heal all party members, but she does.
And Leslie Pro running and getting into another encounter right after the boss.
That's pretty unfortunate.
I think a teleporting rat. Probably try to get into a fight right before. Okay, Nanobite fully healed on her way back to the Sea of Eden. Will she take a safety save? Not looking like it. I think she has one repel, at least.
Yeah, safety save is a heads up play. I wouldn't have thought of it either, but if you want to reset to retain repels, that is how you can do it.
with that as brutal as the seat has been, it might not be a bad idea.
Oh yeah,
Also, these
if I
lasers
thought
are
of it,
just...
I would do it. Well, is this picking up a Jeff and a red swirl?
Oh, interesting. Going back for Jeff. I don't know if I would personally do this at this point. The seat has been really rough, but with 3 PSI kids, if I didn't, maybe if I had picked up like, a rocket launcher or some sort of
Hmm.
reusable item for Jeff, then I might think differently. But
Yeah, LP actually checked a arms dealer way earlier in the seed and knows that the bottle rocket item is a flare. I would not blame him for forgetting that at this point, but if he did remember that, I think that is a detriment to Jeff. If it was bottle rockets, he might be worth it just for an MBR at this point. But that naval flare is just 200 and something damage.
Nanobite got mortal on Paula. Hopefully, I think Paula's down either way. Nope. Man, these enemies are brutal.
Yeah, this is a real magic ant. It is putting the can't into can you finish this seed?
Yeah, Pooh already out of PP as these enemies go down.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, do you have to go like get more gear here? Like buy PP ups at the shop? A platinum band is good.
And that's the poison. You have to... Using the revive, not a bad idea.
Yeah, that does make the lack of a safety save hurt a little more though, because you do want to be able to refresh,
Here's
restore
where
those.
all the stolen lunches will come in play, though.
Oh,
Get the
hey,
HP and PP up.
I forgot about those. This is Chekhov's gun.
I definitely do not into a Bomberman here. Definitely do not.
Yeah, does she still have that repel or did she already use it?
She did use the repel already.
Okay. Final part of Spiral is pretty rough. Everything you can despawn just spawns something else, and that center part
Leslie,
isn't even really that easy to despawn in the first place.
yep, and Leslie Pro finding out the Magic Ant's also real. It's
Yeah,
got angry spears.
what a mean seed.
We got a carefree bomb here. Now everybody's going to try and auto through it. The bombs aren't doing that much damage, actually. It
Yep,
seems like.
everything's just a little tanky, but yeah, mini bomb. It's kind of interesting.
Unfortunately, Paula down again.
Oof. Well, hopefully the Magic Ant boss is not so rough.
And Leslie taking a KO.
Cannot blame him. Everything is mean. Oh,
Yeah, even the end here is proven quite difficult for the racers. It's going to teleport right in there. Not a bad idea. That might run. That's probably not molecule then.
two. Oh,
Nope. Yeah, that's.
yeah. Just keep trying that.
Oh, oh no.
No, no.
But
Oh
could not run
no.
away. Oh no. Ah. Leslie Pro picking up some okay pendants here.
Pretty good, and that's magic tarts there. You don't want to see that. That's only 20 PP revive. Also, I will be right back. Please hold down the fort.
Will do. I've only seen the one repel Ace Trainer Brook. Nanobike heading back to Happy, maybe going to check the shop. Unfortunately, not much here. Hoping to get some defense. Unfortunately, I don't know how much that doesn't really going to help in against bombs and thunders here. Yeah, that DX is going to be very useful. Unfortunately, Nanobite did not find that chest, they were going to that area, but I think they were more interested in the hotel at that time. So did not see that chest. The DX, 20 seconds of time, gets through the end of Magic Camp for Leslie. And now they just need to get through the Sea of Eden here, infested with rats. Can they teleport around them? If you got a long Congo line of kids, you gotta be careful. You don't get tagged.
Alright, I've returned.
Oh,
It looks like
we
LP
got
is
tagged.
getting tagged.
The rat snuck up on Pooh there.
It's a shame you can't drop Pooh like a teddy bear to get out of that. Oh, these
Oh,
rats.
nanobite's finding the DX. Yes.
Alright, that is full repel coverage, if she still has the original, and if not, then at least it's the whole spiral.
Yes. They just need to get about halfway through here and they're good to go. I find the beginning part is generally easier to despawn. Oh, taking the repel sandwich right here. Hopefully it's enough.
It might actually be. You can get surprisingly far if you take the best line and don't loot Goblin.
Yeah, the loot goblining is really what slows you down. If Nanobite can get through here and also avoid the rats, they may have an advantage going into the final fight, which is our good friend Carpainter, Leslie Pro, finishing off the rat. None of his kids are down.
Oh, that's not a good
Nope,
rat spot.
nope, don't do it, Nanobite. No.
No. Alright,
Oh.
they both have a rat fight.
Rats off of them.
Is ahead. That's a lot of rat levels.
Yeah, it's a. You really need to go out against the rat. Nanobite with a bunch of brain food lunges will be able to pick their kids back up after this. Going for the auto fight though, but now kids not doing much damage. Oh no, Ness is probably going down here. Here goes Ness. If she can make it through, then they'll get a bunch of levels at least. I'm not sure how much consolation that'll be at this point.
Well, was that a full strength Thunder Beta? There must have been a, what's the word I'm looking for? Franklin badge somewhere that they never found.
I think so. The Electro Swoosh swooshes also had very strong thunders, I had noticed.
I missed that. I wonder where that could have been. I guess Moonside.
Possibly Moonside. It wasn't Mines. Actually, yeah, I think Moonside is our only other option.
Very interesting.
Unfortunately, no Ness is back up. Oh no, wait, no, he's in his PJs and there's not. Oh, but he can't teleport. Oh no, the teleporting kids are up.
I didn't know that Ness stays in his PJs even when he's dead. That's
that fooled me.
That's very Earthbound.
Jeff going down. All taking mortal. Fortunately, not looking good here for Nanobite at the minute. Leslie's still on the Carpainter fight. Looked like Carpainter was confused.
Yeah, LP went and confused Carpenter much earlier in this fight. Though he's gonna have to start resorting to bashing soon, which will unconfuse him. Or he will refuse to resort to bashing to not unconfuse him.
Leslie Pro trying to drain Carpainter of PP here. Nanobite saved before heading back to Magic Camp, so she still has the DX. Still hope. Or wait, did she not save after that? Did she have to do the 5th sync again?
I guess so, but it looks like Leslie Pro got through during all of that. That is a shame for the reset for Nanobite. Let me go try to grab him for a quick interview.
And we have an official finish time of 1 hour, 3 minutes, 37 seconds for Leslie Pro.
Alright, we're gonna see if either of them wants to talk about the seed, and then I'm gonna hop over and start setting up the next one. Looks like we had Leslie Pro and Nanobite. Congratulations and sorry for the loss, respectively. How did you feel about that seed? Setting up the next one. Looks like we had Leslie Pro.
GG's. Good. My Lanta, what the heck was the logic of that seed?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think that neither of you found good gear, and the whole thing just was really rough because of it.
Yeah. Even at the furthest shop I could find, I still wasn't finding much in the way of gear. And just, the Magicat just murdered me. And then I forgot I hadn't saved at the start of Magicat, so I wasn't going to be able to come back from that anyway after I tried to reset in hopes of getting my repels back. So
Yeah, that was really rough.
it's like 3 deaths in Magicat on the way through.
Yeah, very brutal lead and very few repels. You both found the DX there hiding in Magicant at the end, which really helped.
Yeah, I only ever found one other one.
Yeah, I only had a regular repel, the EX repel, and I needed both to get through. And then I found that unfortunately, Plague Rat of Doom was exceptionally stinky. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, Plague Rat was stacked. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, GG's. I mean, I realized too late that I couldn't teleport past at the end because I had killed off both Pooh and Ness, and so I only had Paula and Jeff, and I'm like, yep, can't teleport past. So there's a second Plague Rat. Yeah, I'm dead.
That's very rough.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Sounds like I really should have lost this one, but Earthbound did Earthbound things, as I like to say.
Yep, it was Rando being Rando.
Yes. Question for you, Leslie. I noticed that you had gone to winners fairly early in the seed. Was that because you hadn't yet found the carrot key from the Everdred fight?
No, I was trying to find my way to see